our longest trusted English newspaper since 1898. Now available digitally. Computer. Order the Manila Times Digital Edition. Subscribed. Get the Manila Times Digital Edition for less than 2 pesos and 50 centavos per day when you sign up for 1 year. The Manila Times, news source of choice, trusted since 1898.
Good day! Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Friday, June 3, 2022. The government's outstanding debt has increased by more than 80 billion pesos, reaching a record 12.76 trillion pesos at the end of April. The Bureau of the Treasury on Thursday attributed the 83.4 billion peso jump to the net issuance of government securities to both local and external lenders and the peso depreciating further against the US dollar. 70% of the debts were domestic. Domestic debt expanded by 0.8% to 8.93 trillion pesos from 8.86 trillion pesos at the end of March. External debts widened by 0.4% to 3.82 trillion pesos from 3.81 trillion pesos. The government has raised 63.3 billion pesos through domestic financing, the Treasury said. Since the end of 2021, domestic debt has gone up by 8.8% or 765.44 billion pesos. The Senate on Thursday ordered the release from the Pasay City Jail of 2 executives of the Pharmally Pharmaceutical Corporation who were cited in contempt for refusing to cooperate with an inquiry into the 40 billion peso COVID-19 appropriation that was funneled by the Department of Health to the procurement service of the Department of Budget and Management. Ordered released by Senate President Vicente Soto III were Mohit Dargani, the company's treasurer, and Lincoln Ong, one of its directors. The two were freed after the release was ordered by Rene Samonte, the Senate Sergeant-at-Arms, to Superintendent Ramil Vestra, the Pasay jail warden. They had been detained since December after failing to submit relevant documents to the Senate hearings on the more than 10 billion peso deal to provide government with COVID-related medical supplies. Ong had been under Senate custody since September 2021. Dargani and his sister Twinkle, formerly president, were arrested at the Davao City International Airport on November 14, 2021 while trying to leave the country on a chartered plane. Both were initially kept under Senate custody, but Twinkle was released under the care of her mother after being infected with COVID-19. Mohit and Ong were subsequently transferred to the Pasay City Jail. Senator-elect and former action star Robin Padilla was hospitalized while on a family vacation in Spain after his blood pressure shot up. The actor, who topped the Senate race in last month's elections, shared the incident on Facebook. He said he felt weak, dizzy, and his vision darkened. A Spaniard saw Padilla and helped him settle down. His wife Mariel Rodriguez and their daughter Isabella were not with him at the time as they were busy with the rides. It's business as usual in Okada, Manila after a violent takeover by the group of Japanese billionaire Kazuo Okada and Filipino businessman Antonio Tony Boy Cojuangco last Tuesday. The camp of Okada and Cojuangco made the assurance to the customers of the casino resort and hotel complex in Parañaque City despite the abrupt change in management. Last month, the Supreme Court issued a status quo ante order which directed Okada's immediate reinstatement as shareholder, director, chairman, and CEO of Tiger Resorts Leisure and Entertainment Incorporated, operator of the casino hotel. Cojuangco and Dindo Espeleta, on the other hand, were named president and vice president in place of the previous board and management. Okada was ousted from his position in 2017 on suspicion of misappropriating $3 million. In a statement issued on Thursday, Okada's camp claimed its takeover was made together with the sheriff and witnessed by the PAGCOR. Following the Sine Die adjournment of the 18th Congress on Wednesday, newly re-elected Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri formally took over the leadership of the 24-member Senate on June 2 as Senate President pro tempore. Before it adjourned, the Senate approved a resolution of Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon nominating Zubiri to act as President pro tempore to discharge Senate duties until June 29. Topping business, the Department of Trade and Industry is hopeful that the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement will be ratified at the next Congress. The RCEP, which is a mega free trade deal, was brokered by the ASEAN, of which the Philippines is a member, and its dialogue partners, Australia, China, Japan, New Zealand, and South Korea. The deal has specific provisions covering trade in goods, including rules of origin, customs procedures, and trade facilitation, sanitary and phytosanitary measures, standards, traditional regulations, and conformity assessment procedures and trade remedies. The agreement, which entered into force in January, covers roughly 50.4% of the Philippines' export markets, 67.3% of the country's import sources, and the source of 58% of foreign direct investments. While the agreement was ratified by President Rodrigo Duterte in September 2021, the Senate on Wednesday closed its session without the needed ratification. Over to sports, even before announcing his retirement from playing in the PBA, Joe Devance was being groomed to become an integral part of the Barangay Ginebra coaching staff headed by his longtime mentor Tim Cone. Cone, the winningest coach in the PBA with a total of 24 titles, claimed that Devance was a big part of his success. Half of his accomplishments were shared with the 6'7" Phil Foreign player who won 12 championships as Cone. Counting the latest championship they've won in the just concluded Governor's Cup, Devance and Cone won 6 titles with the Gin Kings, 5 with the old Purefoods franchise, including the Grand Slam in 2014 and the first with Alaska in the 2010 Governor's Cup. Rigoberto Tiglao and Stephen Kuenhieng are today's front page columnists. After being eyed as a candidate to become the next palace spokesman on Wednesday, Tiglao hits out at 2 veteran journalists for supposedly spitting on the elections. Kuenhieng, on the other hand, discusses tourism in the upcoming administration. Today's editorial discusses hunting down on election trolls. Read a full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. On behalf of the Manila Times, this is Ike John Sequo reporting. Have a safe Friday ahead.